Hello. Welcome to my channel. So you probably happened upon this video because you are looking for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I cannot upload it for you because, copyright issues. Bravo is very handsy about their money. So, and they pay attention to everything. I try to upload it for y'all, and like within a second, it was taken down. I was like, God damn. That's intense. I had no idea. It was my first time ever doing it. And I got this copyright infringement email. So I was like, I put my hands up, not going to do it. So instead, I'm like, how can people see the video? Like, I want to be able to talk about it and laugh with you. So I decided just to go ahead and review. I'm not a good reviewer. I'm not claiming to be. I hope that you enjoy this review because I will be doing more of them. So probably as the time goes by, my reviews will get better. But for right now, let's just go ahead and get into it. This is Watch With Me, so go ahead and subscribe, like this video, share it if you want so we can get some more traction going. And yeah, I'll be putting up more videos soon after. So again, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to review The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 11, Episode 5. And I'm excited. So, and I talk fast. So, yeah, leave a comment if you feel as though I'm talking too fast, and I'll try within my next videos to talk a bit slower. But for now, let's go ahead and begin the review. So, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 11, Episode 5, begins with that happy LA music. And it makes you feel like you want to be in LA. You see the palm trees. They're zooming in on different structures. You just get super excited. You see the Rolls Royce drive by. They're showing you, you're in Beverly Hills now, bitches. Okay? You're in Beverly Hills. You're not in New York. Okay? There's no taxi cabs. This is Rolls Royceville. Okay? So we start off with Kyle visiting her handsome husband, Mauricio. I have my notes here, so I'll be looking down. But she's visiting Mauricio. And she walks in and she's excited to see her handsome hubby. And she sits down. She asks if they can go to lunch together. He's all, I can't, boo. I have a meeting. Let's try later. She said, no, darling, I can't either. I have to work as well. I have a meeting at my store. And he's like, okay, shit, let's make our money. So they begin to talk about how they're excited that their 18-year-old daughter is now off to college. And Kyle feels better that she's gone. You know, when they first, in the last episode, it was really difficult because, your baby is leaving. And I have a kid that's about to leave for college in a couple of years. And he's preparing for it like it is his job, which it is. And even watching him prepare for it, and I'm seeing him study, and he's looking at these schools, and he's narrowing down the ones that he wants to apply to, I get, inside my soul, I start to cry a little bit, not just because he's leaving, but also because that money, I'm going to be so broke after he leaves for school. You know how much money I'm going to have to put into his account for Uber rides, for food, for clothing? So yeah, I start to cry too. I don't know if they're crying for the same reason, but I'm crying because my wallet will be getting thinner and thinner as the days go on. I'm going to have to pick up 4 jobs. I'm going to have to just start working 4 different jobs. So make sure you like this video so that way I can make this into a second job and I could just pick up a 3rd and 4th one outside of here. So, but they're talking about how they're excited that Sophia's at college and Mauricio's agreeing with her. And then she brings up the American Woman project that she's been working on, which is the sitcom that she created about her life and her sister's lives, growing up in the industry and having these acting careers. I believe that's the basis of the show. But she still has not heard as of yet from any networks. So she's a little nervous about that, and she wants to know what's going to happen with that. Where is it going to go? And she's waiting for that response. So right now she has her fingers crossed. Maurice is crossing his fingers for her too because he wants to see that check roll through. And they're just hoping that the show gets picked up. Kyle gets excited when she sees tequila behind Mauricio. And she's wondering, why is that tequila half empty when my lips have not been on it? They laugh a little bit. They talk about it being tequila time, and then the scene cuts. It was very boring and very contrived. I don't understand why they opened with that, but whatever. So then we go to Dorit, who is narcissistic happy that she gets to show off her cucumber and carrot diet on a cover for some magazine that nobody reads. I don't know what the name of the magazine is because, again, I wouldn't read it. It's not an Essence or an Ebony, therefore it has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So there's a lot of self-tanner, a lot of bronzer happening. These women went from Casper White to Casper Brown. It was really cool to see that transition happening. I didn't know that white women can make their skin color change that much with just some simple self-tanner and some chemicals on their skin. That's incredible that you're able to do that. I'm sorry that you cannot be natural like myself, but that's incredible that you can do that. So we see the self-tanner going. Dorit's excited. She wants to get these little tiny swimsuits on her little tiny body. And the swimsuit is, or her swimwear line is called Beverly Beach, I believe is the name of it. And it definitely is marketed towards Beverly Hills people, hence the name Beverly Beach. It's definitely marketed towards women of Beverly Hills, white women of Beverly Hills. And that market is nowhere close to anywhere I'm at or anybody I know or anybody that is not within that 1%. So I'm not sure why she would want to put her market that small, but that's what she chose to do. So Erica Jane, and we all know Erica Jane, she's the one that has the flavor in the group. She's the closest one to being the minority of the group because she has that flavor to her voice. She has that flavor to her clothes. She wears Biggie and Tupac. She wears wigs that have the braids, the box braids going down. It's so annoyingly fascinating that that people could look themselves in the mirror and really think that they look good that way. But Erica Jane, she feels it, so she owns it. Whatever. I don't have to see you on my day-to-day, so I'm happy. So Erica shows up. She's there to give some fashion advice and to bring the sexy to a whole new level because we all know that Erica is very sexy. And she brings her sexy and she ups the level of sexy by giving Dorit and the doppelganger that is taking the photo shoot with Dorit some high-heeled shoes. But it's not just typical high-heel shoes. It's like high-heel shoes that are two of these glasses, you know? So it's up there. I don't know why that's sexy. I seen hookers on the Hostro wearing those. I saw the strippers with the bruises all over their legs wearing those. It's not cute. And I really hope that Erica did not spend a pretty penny on those shoes when you could have gone and got them from that sex shop. You know, there's plenty of sex shops that sell those shoes. I've seen them. Not that I've been in a sex shop, but anyways, I've seen them there through, you know, it was years ago, people. It was during a time where I was lonely. Okay, I needed to go. So she gives these shoes to Dorit. Dorit's feeling it. Her doppelganger's feeling it. They're posing. They're showing the eyes. They're excited. They're excited. Pose, pose. Dorit not only ups the level of sexy with the shoes, but she also lets them know that they need to sell the clothing. And selling the clothing means showing the tits, making sure the tits are up and the ass is out. You know, because naturally these women do not have booties, so they have to break their back, put that arch in there to have their booty stick out. It is fascinating, and I'm so glad I don't have to go through that. Okay, and then we go and we see Lisa Vanderpump, LVP. She's in her backyard showing off her ponies and all the money that she has to Denise Richards. Denise comes with her two gorgeous daughters. One of them, which was really interesting to find out, is mute. She has a chromosome disease. I'm not sure if it was her Y or X chromosome, but she has some type of chromosome disease that does not allow her ability to talk. And I actually wish they went and showed that further because that is really interesting. Honestly, I had no idea that your chromosomes affect if you're mute or not. I'm not sure what the disability is. I actually want to research it because I found that really, really interesting. And I want to know how a defect like that can happen. I'm not having any more kids, but just how our bodies produce certain things for our children and those nutritions, how does that affect their chromosomes and all that good stuff. I know that what you intake definitely does, but genetically, what's happening in your body that produced a certain or lack of a chromosome that made your daughter mute. But the little girl is absolutely adorable. Denise said that yeah, people ask her all the time how she deals with it or how it does it feel to have a child that's mute or that doesn't speak. And she said because she's had her for so long and that's her, her daughter, she's just used to it. It's not something that she recognizes, but she sees her little girl as an angel. And I thought that was beautiful. I really like Denise Richards. She is quirky and funny and sweet. Her personality is really down to earth. So I'm really happy she's on the show. But I also have to keep in mind that they don't like people like that on the show. So more than likely, later on the season, we're going to see Denise show the reason why she got on the show, which is probably because she is gully with it. You know what I mean? Like she's ready to get down and dirty. And she actually seems like that type of person. And she was the one, Denise Richards was married to Charlie Sheen for a number of years. So I feel as though she definitely has that fight within her. And she also mentioned in the show that she had to build thick skin because she was married to Charlie Sheen. So I feel as though that's really going to show us something later on in the season. But right now we're only 5 episodes in. The first 4 episodes, including this one, have been very, very boring. So they're talking, and yeah, they go ahead and they're discussing their dogs and them rescuing animals, and yeah, that's basically it. Lisa says that she can get pretty wild if you ask her nicely. Let me see if I can do my English accent better. Lisa says, I can get pretty wild, actually, if you ask me nicely. I usually can do a good English accent. I can't today. So, so yeah, they discussed the Bahamas and how LVP was lying and how it all came and just attacked her when she was expecting to go to the Bahamas to relax, get over the death of her brother, mourn a little bit, be around these women, and just have a distraction to get away from mourning the death of her brother, who, from what I understand, they were very, very close. And yeah, that just broke my heart because, I mean, I'm sure that Lisa does her things. A lot of people do. I'm not saying anybody is perfect, but it's hard to lose a loved one, I can imagine. And I don't have any loved ones that I could see myself getting upset over if something was to happen to them. But I'm assuming that it's very, very difficult, and you can see that difficulty go across her. And while she was in the Bahamas, this was in episode 4, y'all, but while she was there, she definitely broke down a couple of times and showed that she is really hurting from the loss of her brother. Did the ladies recognize that or care? Absolutely not. And I think that it's because when you do so much to people and you're constantly berating and putting people down, you cannot be expected for them to like you or care about you when you're hurting. And I feel like that's what happened with LVP and the other ladies. They just don't care because she has done so much to other people and to them that they no longer can, relate to her in any kind of way. So the scene cuts and we go back to Erica and Dorit, whose ponytail is way too tight. That hairdresser definitely made sure that she got her money. Like whatever Dorit was paying her, she's like, all right, you want a tight ponytail? I'm going to give you a tight ponytail. Because that sucker was tight. Dorit did not want to use the tape that, you pull your skin back. She didn't want any of that. She didn't want tape. She didn't want it. She said, I want you to destroy my edges. Take my edges away by pulling this ponytail so flippin' tight. It was ridiculous. And it looked ridiculous. Dorit, get it together. Why are you women keep putting stuff in your hair when you don't need to? Stop it. So let's see. Oh, they discussed the infamous text messages and how Teddy was going to call her out on it. But since Teddy is no pawn, Teddy was going to call Dorit out on the fact that she just dropped this dog off at a kill center after she rescued the dog from LVP's animal shelter. And Teddy was supposed to be the one to call her out on it. And Teddy decided, I will be no one's pawn. Okay? And if we're gonna play chess, I'm gonna be the queen, bitch. I'm not gonna be anybody's pawn. Don't you dare try to checkmate me. And so, I don't know how to play chess, so I hope that analogy is correct. Um, but, so yeah. The only problem is that Teddy told the partial truth and things are starting to come out, and Erica is picking up on it because in last episode, Teddy, who sat in her chapel, told her an entirely different story about, not entirely different, but left out bits and pieces of what her role was actually supposed to be in them calling Dorit out in front of the whole group about dropping this dog off at a kill shelter. So, Teddy definitely feels like she's being set up by LVP, and Dorit expressed that she feels the same way. She feels as though her two friends, LVP and Teddy, are trying to set her up. And when she said that, I didn't quite understand why she called Teddy a friend, because last season, she could not stand Teddy. Last season, she was putting Teddy on blast, making fun of her. Everybody was, except for Kyle and LVP. And LVP made sure that, she reached out to Teddy, that she talked with Teddy, because they had this connection through animals and horseback riding. So she felt like she had a friend in Teddy. This was a new friend that LVP was going to bring in. Now, mind you, we as viewers do not know LVP. We do not know any of these women, but we do know that LVP has a history of using people as a pawn to do her bidding so she doesn't have to get her hands dirty. And so I feel as though, and so does everybody else, she was just nice to Teddy because she knew that she could use her down the road and she could have her do what she wanted in order for the drama to be started and LVP having nothing to do with it. So Dorit is feeling like, all right, now I'm really seeing the real LVP, but I'm still confused because, LVP has shown me something different. And, Teddy is just upset. She's like, I don't know who I can trust. And Erica gave her the typical black girl advice, the things that we all grew up on in the minority community, which is do not trust anyone but yourself. And I don't understand why that's advice when that's something you should know. And Dorit's like, well, I need to trust somebody. And Erica's like, don't trust anybody but yourself. Duh. And everybody else that's watching is saying, duh. I mean, you've never worked in corporate America? You've never been out in the real world? You know that you cannot trust anyone but yourself. Even with driving. I tell my boys all the time, if you walk out this door and not having a basic level of human respect for somebody and a basic level of trust for somebody, then it's going to cause you harm. But at the same time, you need to trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust the path that you are walking on, trust every decision that you are making, that it's the best decision for you or the people that are surrounding you. Other than that, you trust yourself, fool. Just trust yourself. So Erica gave her the advice and I said, duh. So then we go to Lisa Rinna. And Lisa Rinna meets up with the flip-flopper Camille. Camille flip-flops all the time. She doesn't know what her role is in this show, which is why she's just a friend and she doesn't have. And what do they hold on the thing? You know how they do the boom doom and they're holding something? Diamonds? I don't know. Fake diamonds, because a lot of people in Beverly Hills are very fake. So I wouldn't be surprised by that. But they meet up because Camille is ready to throw her big 50 birthday party. Camille is turning 50. And honestly, I thought that woman was 40, 41. She is absolutely beautiful. And with a beautiful personality, which is why she's a friend on the show. Because she does not have the drama vibe that the other women have. And so I think that's exactly why she's a friend, because she's not useful in that way. We don't want to see any good parts. We really want to see your drama. But Camille's turning 50 and she's really excited. Lisa mentions how nervous she was when she turned 50 in Hollywood, because 50 is old in Hollywood. And Lisa Rinna needs to know that 50 is old everywhere, not just in Hollywood. 50 in corporate America is old. People are losing their jobs at 50. So yeah, it's not just for you Hollywood types. Stop making it about yourself. I know the show is about you, but not the age 50 or the the stigma that comes along with turning 50. So get over yourself, Lisa. I said Lisa Rinna. And your Botox is crazy. The fillers are crazy. And your addiction to vitamins is crazy. And I say that because no matter how much vitamins you take or how well you take care of your body, if you're injecting shit into your skin, your lips, that's going into your bloodstream whether you like it or not. And no amount of iron or niacin or vitamin B12 or the vitamin B complex can you take that can block those things from going into your bloodstream and really knocking some years off. That's like me picking up a cigarette and saying, all right, I'm going to smoke my cigarette, but I'm going to smoke some weed after because, weed helps cure cancer. I don't know, but it just doesn't make sense, the vitamins. Okay, calm down. God. God will take you either way, Lisa Rinna. Let me just tell you. So Lisa and Camille discuss how Camille thinks that Dorit is fake and that her money is fake, that she's not as rich as she's made out to be. And Lisa gets confused because in the Bahamas, Camille and Dorit seem to be getting along fine, and she never picked up a vibe that Camille thought of her as fake and phony. But Lisa made a very good point that Camille is a flip-flopper. She doesn't know her role. She doesn't know where her mind and body align, so therefore she's not going to be able to make a good judgment call on somebody's character. So Lisa is listening to her just to pick up the gossip, but not agreeing with anything that she has to say or respecting anything she has to say because, Camille's a flip-flopper. So then we meet up with Teddy and her therapist at a park. Teddy walks up and says, thank you for meeting me here. I didn't want to meet you in the office. And I'm like, what kind of therapist? I need to find that kind of therapist. Tell the bitch where I need to go. If she just meets me there, amazing. I want that life. So they meet up at the park and she discusses how LVP was using her as a pawn and just how bad it made her feel because that's in the core of her, that's not the kind of person that she is. However, since you were willing to be a willing participant into these actions of putting Dorit on display, you did become that is you. You are that kind of person. And the only reason why you decided to back out of it, Teddy, is because Lisa, LVP, showed you that she didn't want to be part of the situation. She just wanted you to tell the story. She didn't want to have her hands part of it. She just wanted you to tell the story. And she wanted you to tell the story because her husband and Dorit's husband, PK, are best friends. They've been friends for over 40 years. So no, Lisa's not going to put her husband and his best friend in the middle of how she's feeling. But at the same time, everybody needs to know, LVP, since coming on television, everybody has known how much this woman loves animals. She loves animals more than she loves people. Period, point blank. She has made that very, very clear. And I respect it because she has never gone back on that stance. She has done a lot for the community that loves animals. She has done a lot to make sure that animals are not being killed and treated unfairly. She is that type of person where if you have an animal that you can no longer take care of, she will pay you to take that animal. That's how much she loves animals. So it's nothing that is brand new. It's nothing that people do not know. So by Dorit dropping off an animal at a kill shelter, what are you expecting, Dorit, for for her to react? That's like taking her kid and saying, yeah, I'll watch him or her for you, and then bringing them into the foster system. You know what I mean? Like you can't just do that to somebody that put faith and put trust in you to take care of this dog that she was rescuing under her name. It is really, really fucked up. So yeah, she needed somebody to call her out on it without it fucking up the relationship between PK and Ken, which is PK's Dorit's husband, Ken is LVP's husband. That's a given, and I don't understand why you're taken back by that. You should have called the woman, Dorit. You should have called her. And I feel like Lisa and all of them should have, told Dorit that instead of saying, all right, this is all an LVP, because LVP, what she did is wrong. But what Dorit did is even worse. She dropped that dog off at a kill shelter. And if it wasn't for the tag, And the chip that's currently in the dog, LVP would have never known. And I'm not sure if Dorit knew that they can trace that chip back to LVP. And luckily they did, because she was able to rescue the dog again. So yeah, the whole conversation between Teddy and her therapist is quite literally the same conversation that everybody else is having. Teddy's just having it with somebody else. LVP lied. LVP tried to use me as a pawn. Blah, blah, blah. Very boring. So then we have Lisa, Kyle, Denise, and Denise's man. I'm going to call him man. I don't remember his name, so he's just man. And they're meeting up for dinner. Denise breaks an unspoken cardinal rule in the female community. You do not talk about your man's dick size. And she went in on his dick size. She let these women know, Kyle and Lisa, LVP, that her man's penis is yay big. It is literally the size of a baby's arm. When it enters inside of her, it comes out her throat. That's how big his penis is. And she wanted not only them to know, but us, the audience members, for some fucking reason to know as well. Denise, you are adorable, adorable, adorable. But whatever cocktail of Ambien, Xanax, and Prozac that you took before that dinner, I highly suggest you stop. Homegirl was sitting there eating with her hands. Now, around me, I would have been excited because I love eating with my hands. And I would be like, oh shit, Denise, you eat with your hands? Let's dig in. I would have been so excited over it. But no, Denise, you don't do that around LVP and Kyle. They've got money, bitch. And they use literal silver to cut their pizza. Okay, silver knives and forks to cut their pizza. Come on, you don't eat with your hands around them. You know they're going to talk their shit. So they go talk about how big his penis is. The ladies try to tell her, keep that shit to yourself. You don't let other females know. You let them know that your man's penis is yay big. Denise is like, okay, he has a small penis then. And she continues to act weird on her Ambien, Xanax, and Prozac mix. And I feel like maybe there was a brownie, because, you know, they're in Cali. There's dispensaries everywhere. She probably picked up some brownies and some gummy bears and was eating those along the way and just got fucked up. She got fucked up. And her man is like, you're embarrassing. You are embarrassing. I cannot believe I'm marrying you, but I need the money. I need the, you know, the fame so I can promote my business. Oh, but you're so embarrassing. You know, like that's what the vibe that he was getting. Man looks very uncomfortable. And I would be too if somebody was sitting there talking about my penis. I don't have a penis, but if somebody was talking about my penis, I'd be very upset. So they get excited. They have their dinner. They end up leaving. Denise says, I'm going to go to the bathroom. LVP, or she said, I'm going to go to the bathroom before I get into the car. LVP and Kyle head out, and they immediately started cracking up. And I actually verbally started laughing with them too. Like, you could hear me. I was like, right, lady? She's fucking ridiculous. Like, they were cracking up. And then they were talking about, how are you going to tell us your man's penis size? Now people are going to be queuing up to get an appointment with this man. And Lisa said, including me. I died. I said, I know that's right, Lisa. You better go get yourself some Big D. So now we're at, sorry, there's like something on my lip. Let me take some water. Talking this much leaves you parched. So now we're at Camille's big 50th birthday party where all the ladies will be. We get to hear the same fucking discussion all over again. So we're at the party. Everybody seems happy. Everybody's excited to see each other. We have Erica and Lisa Rinna there. And who else showed up? Denise showed up. Camille is there. So those ladies are all there. They're talking. And, oh, yes. So then, okay, so everybody's talking. And then Teddy walks in. Or no, Teddy's already there. Dorit walks in. And Dorit is, you know, excited to see everybody. She's giving everybody a hug. And Erica looks at her and says something like, maybe you should tell her. And Dorit looks at Erica like, right now? And Teddy's standing right here. And they're looking at each other having a discussion. And Teddy's like, tell me what? I would say the same thing. What? Just tell me. So they pull Teddy outside and they tell her that Dorit tells Teddy that she met with Lisa and she saw some text messages. And, you know, there's certain discrepancies in what Teddy said to her that Dorit or that Lisa was able to, you know, say that that's not true. So Teddy's like, oh shit, let me just cop to the whole fucking thing. So Teddy cops to her part of the problem of her trying to be putting Dorit out there and with the hopes of making Dorit look bad and just making her feel bad. And Teddy cops to that. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to take accountability. I'm going to take accountability. I'm going to take accountability. That's like her favorite word. And I know that she's an accountability coach, but bitch, this is 5 episodes later, Teddy. 5 episodes. You're in and you're finally telling the truth about the part that you had in it all. And for me, that's not accountability. If I was your client, I'd be like, do not call me until 5 episodes later, and then I'll take accountability of what I'm copping to. You know what I mean? Don't try to talk to me about accountability and you don't quite understand the word. Because somebody that knows how to take accountability, they have no fear in their game. They have no fear in how they walk. They have no shame whatsoever. If they fucked up, they fucked up. And they have no issue telling you that. And I'm one of those people. So accountability is something that I am very pleased with myself that I'm able to take. I love taking my accountability. If I fucked up, then yeah, I'm going to take accountability for it because I get to learn. When you take accountability of something, you automatically level up in life. You gain more knowledge, more wisdom, you've learned, you're more educated, and you're able to pass a message along. And when you speak, you're able to speak with substance because you know what you are talking about. You know what accountability is, and you know how to take it. There should be no fear in taking accountability. But Teddy had fear in this situation of taking accountability for her part in trying to make Dorit look bad for dropping an animal off at the kill shelter. Now, mind you, Dorit made herself look bad in this situation altogether. This has nothing to do with LVP or Teddy. And I feel like the ladies got lost in that message. Dorit dropped the dog off at a kill shelter. She dropped the dog off at a kill shelter instead of just bringing the dog back to LVP's animal shelter. And I don't understand why nobody is talking about that. Fuck what LVP and Teddy were trying to do. They're trying to expose a bitch. Fine. But honey, you almost killed a dog for no reason. Knowing full well where you got the dog from and whom you got the dog from. That to me just blows my mind that they're so gung-ho about making sure that Lisa or LVP is the one that is taking the blame for everything. Like this is all on her back when it's not. And it's really disturbing to see. But whatever, that's what rich white people do. So let me see here. So anyway, so Teddy, Dorit, and what's her name? Erica are all standing outside in this really small area around one of those tall bar tables. And here comes Lisa Rinna. And well, first Lisa Rinna lips came and then Lisa Rinna followed. She comes. Was Camille out there? I don't think Camille was out there. So Lisa Rinna's there interjecting, putting in her 2 cents, and they're just talking shit. Like they have nothing else to do with their lives. And up rolls this beautiful Rolls Royce with, you know, the queens of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Kyle and Lisa. They've been on since season 1. They are the queens of the show. So they get out of the car. Mauricio and Ken get out, and Kyle and Lisa look at each other, and Kyle goes, this does not look too good. This does not look very pleasant, and it looks very uncomfortable. And Lisa's like, she does not give a fuck. She has some items in her hand, and she's looking at them. She looks up. She goes, yeah. Mauricio looks over. Mauricio's fixing his shirt. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just here for the drinks. I'm just here because you need to get paid. You have to show up for your check. I get to show up. I get to check out of this. So let's just go in. Let's just go in and get some food, please, honey. So they all walk in. They do their fake hellos. Hi. Well, no, Erica meets them at the door and gives the fake hello. Oh, you guys look so beautiful. Kyle turns to see Lisa and Dorit and I believe Teddy talking, and they completely ignore her. And so Kyle's like, all right, fine, bitch, I'm in. I'm going inside, all right. Lisa goes in with her unusually high skinny heels and her big booty. She has such a great butt. And they get their drinks, their tequila margaritas. Kyle's excited because, you know, the expensive tequila is there. And she's drinking it down. They all end up outside with the rest of the ladies to discuss the same goddamn story that they discussed before. about Teddy being the pawn, Lisa using Teddy, and Lisa not taking accountability for it. And Lisa said, I did not know. I was not part of this. This was all orchestrated between my employees at the shop and them using you, blah, 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 blah. And then Lisa Rinna comes with the smoking gun question. Well, if you did not know that they were talking, that the people at, Vanderpump Dogs were talking to Teddy, then why did you text Dorit that Teddy knows? Ooh, Lisa's accent got thicker. She could not get out a straight answer. She's running around in circles. Honey, she did not know what to say. She said, well, I did not know, and then I did know, and then of course I knew. Of course I knew, and that's why I texted you. Of course I knew. And she's just very upset. She didn't know what the fuck to say. And so everybody is looking, and they're doing the eye glare. Ooh, child, she's lying. And the shaking of the head, they got that going on. They're like, we do not believe you. We caught you. They're so excited to see this woman shaking in her expensive high-heeled shoes. Very, very excited. Her accent got so thick, nobody could understand her. So, yes, they all get excited and all this other stuff, and it was just weird. So they decided to break up the conversation. They said, you know what? We're going to agree to disagree, which means that we're going to talk about this at the next event for the next episode. So we don't squash it right here. We don't want to resolve anything right now. We need to continue this for the next episode. So let's just go inside and get our margaritas. So they go inside, they get drunk. Kyle is excited. She's like, I'm so fucking bombed right now. I am bombed. I don't know who uses that term, but Kyle, for some reason, kept saying it over and over. She gets up and does this very weird lap dance in front of the ladies. They're, yay, Kyle, yay for the old lady. She can move, yay. Kyle starts shaking her butt, literally this close to their face. She's moving it, and Lisa Rinna is slapping it. Erica Jane's like, what's going on? Why is this happening? And it's just weird. And then somebody says, can we get a split in that dress? Can you still split? Why does Kyle like to split? Like, I don't... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it does not make any sense. And if you've been watching this show since season 1, and I've been watching this show since season 1, and it sounds bad, but I have. And this woman loves to split. It's like, this is like her go-to, I'm still young, I still got it, I can split. And I don't know if she's using that split on Mauricio. I don't know if he's like waking up in the morning and he's like wanting to text somebody younger and she's like, no, look at me, I can split. And she does like a split in the middle of their bedroom. I have no idea why this split is the life of the party, but they all get excited and clap and I roll my eyes. So the episode ends with them all getting in their respective vehicles, them giving their fake kisses goodbye. I had a great time. All that fake blah, 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 blah. They get in the car. Dorit and PK start discussing what Dorit found out from Teddy. PK says, so do you feel like it came from Vanderpump? Dorit saying, I don't know, and I still have to figure it out, and all this other bullshit. Kyle and Lisa are in the Rolls Royce with Mauricio and Ken. Kyle's in back, drunk as fuck, putting her legs straight up in the air, asking, why does she always have to be cute all the time? I don't know who told you that you were cute. I don't know who told you that you were cute all the time, but you're not. Just as a viewer, I wanted to let you know you are not, and I need you to stop because it's embarrassing, and I get embarrassed for you, and I'm just over getting embarrassed for people. I remember getting embarrassed for people when Ricky Lake was on. Remember that show, Ricky Lake? And she would have people on there, and it would just be so embarrassing. Like, I would feel so bad for them, and I would just get embarrassed for them. And that's how I feel when I look at women that do some stupid, weird shit because they got a little liquor in their system. When you have liquor in your system, honey, it does not lose your subconscious. At least for me, it doesn't. I'm still subconsciously there. I can still correlate, especially as an adult, what the fuck I'm doing and how I'm coming off. Like, I'm still me, so I don't understand, but She puts her legs straight up in the air. She complains about being cute all the time. LVP laughs, starts talking about Teddy a little bit. Kyle puts her hand on her head and says, "Oh my gosh." And then the episode ends. And I'm pretty sure that what was going through Kyle's head was, I just want to go home and wrap my split legs around my husband. So that's the end of the episode. This video was 40 fucking minutes long when there was quite literally nothing to report on other than the ending of what happened at Camille's birthday party. So hopefully my other reviews will be much shorter. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And I will see you on the next review. Like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you later.